Hi, this is Cynthia from High Carb Happy, and what I want to talk to you about in this video is body image and how do you improve it so that you don't feel a little terrible about yourself all the time. So for me, overcoming the binging part of the equation was pretty quick. So back in September of last year, I made a commitment to myself that for the next 3 months I was going to give up dieting and I was going to give up and press pause on the idea of losing weight and just focus on recovering by fully immersing myself in the high carb vegan lifestyle. And it worked really well. Within, I think I binged maybe 3 more times, kind of half-heartedly, to test myself in my brain whether was I going to fall back into that trap and say, okay, just for today I have to make up for what I ate yesterday. And I was completely consistent and completely strict about just always at every single meal eating enough food, and the binging stopped. But I still had really bad body image problems. I felt really terrible about myself. I felt like I don't have anything to say because I'm so out of shape. I feel so disgusting. There's no clothes that I look good in. Everybody's always must be looking at me and thinking I'm look so terrible. And it's really kind of crazy how unkind we are to ourselves sometimes when we kind of fall into that spiral of that kind of thinking. So actually, what happened back in September was that I had an opportunity to go to Korea to see a family member get married, and I was too self-conscious about my body that I just didn't want to go. It wasn't the only factor. It wasn't the only reason I didn't want to go. I also was worried about my daughter, who was really small and having lots of trouble, and just going on a 10-hour flight didn't seem super appealing. But I have to be honest that really the main reason that I didn't want to go was I felt too fat. And especially going to Asia, I felt so ashamed to be, the fat American coming to Asia, and validating all those prejudices they might have about Americans. We have a great reputation around the world, as you might know, about being overweight and stuff. So and how has it changed to today? Well, it's about 7 months after I started, and today it just occurred to me. That, today if someone asked me, hey, let's go to Korea, I'd be like, okay, let's go. I don't care. That's fine. If I thought about it, took some time to think about it, I'd be like, yeah, it's a bummer I'm not a little leaner than I am, but I don't care. It's fine. I have clothes that I can wear. I have stuff that I can be comfortable in, and I know I can actually look pretty cute in some outfits, and it's fine. And I think the reason that I feel so much better today is that I haven't had my weight fluctuating up and down and up and down and up and down. I really think that that's one of the most destructive things to your body image, is if you're constantly changing your shape, if you're constantly dieting down and you get into some, landmark size of pants or whatever your measure is, and then you blow it back up because you binge it back, and then you diet back down, and then you binge back up, and then you diet back down, and so on and so forth. That's really, really destructive to our body image. Every time we look in the mirror, we look different, and we're like, oh, it's like either exciting or, distressing. And yeah, it's nice to be excited about how you look, but you also have those distressing moments all the time. You say, oh my gosh, I just saw myself on the side when I wasn't expecting, and oh my gosh, I'm so big again, and I shouldn't have eaten that yesterday, and that goes away when you consistently, every single day, eat as much food as you need for every meal so that you're not hungry. It goes away because your body looks, pretty much the same every day, and these days, I talked about in my in my last video about how I've been losing some weight by tweaking my diet and taking out some of the cooked starches. But it's not a sudden, super dramatic change. It's just like, oh, a week later I'm like, oh, okay, I think I maybe dropped a pound or two, and then a week later I dropped another pound or two. But there's no sudden changes. I used to manipulate my diet to where my weight on the scale would drop sometimes by 10 or 12 pounds in just a few days. And now it's going up and down. And that is just so stressful and so damaging. So the thing that I say, if you're having a bad body image, you know, find yourself some cute clothes to wear and stop dieting and stop binging, because the sudden changes are really wreaking havoc with your mind and your body image. So those are my thoughts for today. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video.